Welcome to PCI's Tech TV Developers Edition. In this video, I'm going to take you on a tour of the three primary development environments for working with Geomatica and Python. The first environment is through Windows Command Prompt and known as Python's interactive mode. To access this, we can go to the Start menu, type in CMD for the command prompt, and we can type in C:python27, which is the path to our Python executable, and then the python.exe, and click Enter, which will then put us into interactive mode within Python. At this point, we can use this environment for testing our configuration and that our software is correctly licensed. To do this, we can just simply go import PCI. If we get this return, the PCI pluggable framework environment successfully loaded, then we know that our configuration is correct and that our software is correctly licensed. This environment can also be very useful for quickly testing small snippets or small blocks of code just to make sure that the functions are running the way you expect them, or just to do some very quick prototyping or learning to see what a function does. Another environment that I want to introduce you to is Geomatica's Focus, which is basically within here we have a Python scripting environment, which is very similar to the command prompt, but it's also very useful that it lets you actually work within a non-interactive mode and then run after you have assembled your script. So for this one, it's also very useful for running very small programs or small functions, quickly building them and running them. It's also very useful for running things in batch. So for this, I'm just going to quickly show you how we can take a COMSAT3 raw image file, and import it into a PIX format, which is the PCI or Geomatica's working file format. So with this, I'm going to go from PCI.link, import link, and this is going to create a link file, which is a very lightweight file that'll be a PCI or PIX format, which allows us to do additional processing to the image. So I'm going to create a variable for my file, so we'll just call it file. I'm going to open up here, and we want the XML file, so I'm just going to hold the shift key down, right click, go to copy as path. I'm going to put an R so that we read it as the exact string, and then at the end I'm going to put -ms, which means we're going to read in the multispectral imagery. I'm then going to go and create an output file variable, which same thing, we'll put R. We'll just put the same path in, but then we'll get rid of everything up to here, and we'll just call it link test.pix. And then we can simply go link, and we're going to go file I equals file, and file O equals output. And then we can run this. You can see that it runs successfully with the progress bar, and we have our output image here. So if we load this into here, we can see we can now review our image, and we can do any kind of image processing with this image. The final environment that I want to introduce you to is an IDE. So IDEs are very, very useful. A simple IDE can be Notepad++, and it's a wonderful tool for learning how to begin programming. So if it does all the color coding and formatting as any other IDE, it's just not quite as powerful as some of the other ones. This one's great for beginning. So if you're learning Python for the first time, I recommend working with a Notepad++ or working with the IDLE, which is what comes with Python. So you can type in IDLE, and it's the GUI environment for programming within Python itself. So you can work within this shell as well. Once you become a little bit more advanced with Python and you want to build more complex solutions, I highly recommend graduating to a more heavier environment IDE, such as PyCharm, which is my personal favorite one. At the time of making this video, we're on PyCharm 5, and it really allows you to control your different projects and manage your different projects. It's got autocomplete capabilities. It allows you to work with programs where you have multiple files that make up the program. It's a very, very useful tool, and there's many great IDEs out there, and PyCharm is just one of them. So that's just a quick tour of the different environments that you can work within with Python and Geomatica in order to do your various processing and building your various solutions.